Let's keep going around the AFC East horn, shall we? We've done Dolphins, we've done Patriots. Let's get into Florham Park. Judy Battista is live with the New York Jets as we roll back some video from their workout earlier today. Good afternoon to you, Judy. What did we see there in Florham Park out of the JETSs?
Hi, guys. Well, actually, we saw a pretty good day from Zach Wilson. He threw in the red zone work 2 touchdown passes, including a dart low to the ground that Corey Davis dove for. Really nice timing between those two. We saw the offense coming together, which, of course, is what they need to see a lot more of here at the Jets. I asked Coach Robert Saleh after practice why he's confident that the offense and Zach Wilson are ready to take the big step that they're going to have to take if they're going to win some games around here. And he said, you know, we get to hang out with Zach Wilson every day. We get to hear the questions he asks. We get to see how he's processing things. He's processing things much more quickly. Elijah Moore, the receiver, made that point, too, that Zach Wilson's a lot more confident. He's a lot more vocal. Things are coming more quickly to him. He's just more comfortable in his role. And I mentioned to Saleh that yesterday Zach Wilson told reporters, like, he can correct his own mistakes now. He knows what he's doing, and he knows what he does wrong, and he can correct it. And Saleh said that's what you want. You want quarterbacks who can do that in-game before they even get to the sideline. They know what they've done wrong, and they know how to correct it. He said those are the special ones, and this guy has the ability to do it. So lots of optimism around here. Saleh said, look, we're a young team. We've got to come together, but there's a lot of optimism that they can do that this year.
Judy, it is a young team, and it's a young, talented team. When you watch this offense, do you see them kind of shifting a little bit because they got a guy like Breece Hall to run the ball, be more physical, take the ball out of Zach Wilson's hands, limit some of those opportunities, and get the ball out quicker, you know, as a passer? When you talk about understanding and knowing that, seeing what defense is trying to do you see them trying to get the ball out of his hands quicker, make quicker, more decisive decisions, and running the ball?
I do. I think, well, first of all, I think they expect that the ball will come out of his hands more quickly because he is processing things faster. That was certainly a problem last year where he would hold the ball. He took 44 sacks. Some of them were very big sacks because he simply was holding the ball way too long. So I think that's a natural part of his development. There's no question they want him to move quickly. They want the offense to move more quickly. They want to get the ball out and catch the ball and run. That's certainly something they want to do. They've shored up the offensive line to give him a little more time to be able to go downfield. C.J. Uzomah, the tight end they signed this year in free agency, has been raving about his arm strength, so they do believe he will be able to go downfield with the passes. But there's no question they have put a lot of pieces around him to make life easier for Zach Wilson. They want to give him a lot of options. They want to give him some easy pass completions. Certainly Uzomah is there for that in part, and so is Garrett Wilson, the first-round draft pick. They want to make life easier for the quarterback because they know that in the end, everything is going to come down to number two's development, and they want to ease that development as much as they can.
Judy, I'll piggyback there. You talk about targets, and since I've been talking fantasy football with all these other guys, I'm definitely curious who becomes Zach Wilson's go-to receiver. Elijah Moore has been the guy last year. When I talked to executives about who can make that year 2 jump, Elijah Moore is a guy that pops up to their name immediately. You mentioned Garrett Wilson, first-round draft pick. They got Corey Davis, got Uzomah, a lot of different weapons there. I'm definitely curious to see who Zach falls in love with during training camp and who becomes the guy there, because there's plenty of options, a lot more than there has been in recent years.
No question. Look, that was something that they will admit they did not do a good job of for Sam Darnold's sake, that they just did not have the guys around him to help him develop, and they vowed that they would not make that mistake again with Zach Wilson, that they were going to support him better with better personnel. And they've done that. It's a really young group. And Saleh, in talking to him, made the point to me, you know, teams that are built together tend to grow together better than teams that are cobbled together from free agency. Now it's just time for them to grow together. Elijah Moore was raving about the trip. We've all heard the trip to Idaho that Zach Wilson organized. He said that was great. Yeah, they threw the ball around, but more than that, it was great for chemistry and bonding. And certainly they are hoping that all of that helps Zach Wilson and this offense take the step up.